Hey guys, what's up? It's Kyle here. I want to talk about this because it's been kind of picking in my brain for a little bit. And after watching this past Monday night on Raw, it's more apparent to me than ever this track of this thought or track of mindset that I have on discussion. Um, Everyone kind of suspects that the way things are going, playing out storyline wise, Triple H will face Seth Rollins somewhere down the road, whether that may be Survivor Series, Royal Rumble, hell, it may even be at WrestleMania next year. We don't know. Point is, somewhere down the road, Triple H and Seth Rollins, you kind of suspect are going to face each other. Um, that's not the problem. My thing is, are they building up Seth Rollins just to feed him to Triple H? Um, and I think no one in their right anyone in their right mind shouldn't doubt that thought. To me, Seth Rollins to me is probably the most heavily invested wrestler that WWE have invested their stocks in that I've seen since John Cena, Randy Orton, Batista. Reason why I'm not using CM Punk or Daniel Bryan in the same equation is because Punk had to fight the system to get what he wanted back in 2011. The fans had to be vocal and fight on Daniel Bryan's behalf to fight to get what we thought Daniel Bryan deserved and to get what he wanted in 2013. Seth Rollins hasn't had to fight the system. Like Batista, like Orton, Cena, Seth Rollins was handpicked, hand chosen by the powers that be in WWE. Um, so that's what I mean. A guy that the company themselves have decided to put the carriage behind, not someone who had to fight the company to get the carriage behind him, or fans had to fight on his behalf to get the carriage behind him. Seth Rollins doesn't have that. Didn't have to face that type of obscurity that Punk and Bryan did. So that's why I'm not using Punk and Bryan in the same equation. When it comes to this topic, um, Seth Rollins, they've given everything over within the last year, and even before that, really. I mean, this guy goes from being the first ever NXT champion in history. He goes on to be handpicked as that. He becomes part of the Shield. He's the one that they choose to betray the Shield, turn on the Shield, and becomes the new poster child for the Authority. He becomes a tag team champion when he was with the Shield. He was a tag champion. He wins Money in the Bank. He cashes in Money in the Bank at WrestleMania, which in itself is no small feat and which is a cool accomplishment just to cash in at the biggest pay per view of them all. He becomes World Heavyweight Champion as well as United States Champion, currently holding both titles. He's had matches and has gone over against Randy Orton, um, Ambrose, and Roman. John Cena at SummerSlam. He faced Brock Lesnar, and he's going up against both Sting and John Cena in one night. I mean, just being the complete workhorse that he is. So they've given Seth Rollins a lot over in the last year. Um, you cannot deny that. I'm cool with it because it's a new superstar, so I'm glad with that. But again, going back to the question at hand of this video, are they giving and building up Rollins with all these things just so they can feed him to Triple H? Because let's face it, the only time Triple H is going to put on the straps is when, or strap up, is when he's facing a legend, a superstar that's already established, or a young, hot, rising superstar he's going to latch his claws onto and get into a program with. That's the only time Triple H is going to wrestle. If you don't fit either one of those three equations, you're not wrestling Triple H, and or should I say, Triple H ain't wrestling you. So legend, an already established star, or a young star with a ton of momentum. And I just can't help but think that you know they're giving Seth all these accomplishments and so on and so forth just to feed him to Triple H. Now, a match in Seth Rollins and Triple H, that's a big marquee match in itself. I wouldn't mind seeing it. It would be interesting. However, would Triple H win? I think that is the most important key thing here. Would Triple H beat Seth Rollins? If they were to have Seth versus Triple H, which now I'm kind of looking at things how they are, I think that might be more of a WrestleMania type of quality match, so they could be saving that for WrestleMania 32. Um, but whenever they pull the trigger on, Seth turning on the Authority or the Authority dropping Seth, vice versa, um, would Triple H do the right thing and put Seth over, or would he beat Seth Rollins? Seth Rollins has been a cheating, cowardly heel throughout his entire run as world champion. Would they play into that and be like, well, you can't cut anything unless someone is with you, and so Triple H is the bigger man and he beats Seth Rollins? I don't know how well that would work. I'm just saying hypothetically, would that be kind of damaging for Seth Rollins that you've built him up, you've given him all these accolades for over a year, or almost going on 2 years now, really, um, just to feed him to Triple H and have him lose? I don't know. This is just a thought, hypothetically speaking. You guys let me know what you think about this topic. I want your thoughts in the comment box below. Comment, subscribe. Peace.